self-care is not selfish. It's actually the biggest part of showing love that you could offer to your family, your friends, and your community.
As women, we nurture and take care of the world. And so it's just so important to make your health, your self-care numero uno. So
get around people who are going where you want to go and who are where you want to be. And that's exactly what I did. I wanted to be in real estate, so I got around people who were doing things in real estate that I wanted to do.
So you might not be able to move things around or change what happened to you, but if you can change the way that you see it and how you're reacting to it, there's a way.
Just do what you have to do. There's no excuse. This morning, I knew that if I didn't get up at 4 in the morning and clear out my emails and do everything that I needed to do.
You don't want the government to dictate or a judge to dictate how your hard-earned sacrifice and wealth gets distributed to your family and your loved ones.
Our culture is embedded in American culture. There are people who come to America and engage in American culture, which is Black culture. So Juneteenth is really about Black culture, and it's about celebrating us, celebrating the different diasporas of Black people, even the dialects.
Hello, 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 everyone. Happy New Year's! Happy New Year! Happy New Year! We made it into 2026, y'all. Yes, I'm excited. My name is Athenia Rodney, CEO and founder of Juneteenth NYC, and I'm just so thankful to be in this new year. I hope that you got some rest after, that you enjoyed the festivities, that you did something productive, and that you walked into this year with intentionality and making impact on this world in some way, some form, or some fashion. So I am just excited about today, y'all. So today's theme, Habaragani, y'all, is Imani, and that means faith. And that's exactly where I was last night, jumping up and having me a whole Holy Ghost good time and get me a great word in season. So Imani calls us to believe in ourselves, our people, our ancestors, our leaders, and the righteousness of our struggle. And I just want to add a little bit to this right here. The Imani, having faith and believing in our leaders means that you got to trust the process just a little bit, y'all, just a little bit. That means CEO and founder of Juneteenth NYC. And I'm just so thankful to be in this new year. I hope that you got some rest after, that you enjoyed the festivities, that you did something productive, and that you walked into this year with intentionality and making I mean, and yeah, I'm gonna throw it in there. I'm gonna throw our illustrious Bill Cosby on that tablet. I'm like, yeah, during his day, like, oh, I grew up on Bill Cosby. Like, there's so much about the Cosby Show that I remember. Like, I even sit down with my kids now and we watch the Cosby Show. You know what? We might just do that today, but like, just so that they can create stories. We talked about the Garden Girl trails, or the allowance of being responsible, or being able to go to college, or making your own decisions, like everything that we've been talking about over the last 7 days, 6 days now, is exactly what, like, the Cosby Show, but because he did something wrong. And guess what? We all do something wrong. And like, that's my thing with this whole cancel culture. Like, we're ready to cancel his whole life's work because of one situation or situations that he created in his life, right? And it's like, so we got other people, and I'm not gonna name names, but you know exactly who I'm talking about, who they've raped people. They've done things, but we put them in office. Like, they've done these things in the past, and now we're putting them in places of more power in front of us. Or R. Kelly, again, another situation. Amazing artist, music top tier. Like, I heard his songs every single day. I heard his songs at every graduation that I went to. I Can Be Back to Fly was like the number one hit for years. And I think if it wasn't for the situation, it still would be number one. People would be playing that. So we're sitting there, we want to discredit, we want to cancel culture on people because they did something wrong in life. We all do something wrong. We are all not perfect beings. We all show up imperfectly. And so, who are we to cast judgment on somebody else? Who are we to throw the first stone when we don't got it all together either? And it's funny because we're ready to throw the first stone, and then we sitting there like, oh, I don't do that. That's not me. I'm not judgmental. Oh, I give people grace. And it's like, no, we really do need to take a reflection and think about that. So what does that look like for you? So I don't know where all of that came from, but it was in my spirit. I had to get it out, y'all. I had to get it all the way out. It's a new year, new leaf. Like, we going in. So I just wanted to start off with that because just being a leader, it has been a challenge. And maybe I need to just do a live one day about what being a leader has been and the challenges and imperfections. It was put in my spirit or a couple of days ago. I think it was Christmas Day. It was put in my spirit to write a book. So guess what, y'all? A book is coming. a book about Juneteenth, a book about my story of these years building up Juneteenth, what that looks like, just and not just the story, but also some fundamental ways on how to start your own business and what to be careful of. So it's going to be talking about leadership, it's going to be talking about betrayal, it's going to talk about money, funding, integrity, it's going to talk about grace. It's going to have a couple of some good stuff inside there. So look out for that. I don't know if it'll come out 2026. I got to put a date on it. God, I'm going to pray on what that date looks like. So between now and my birthday, March 27th, I'm going to figure out a date. So March 27th, I will release some information about what's to come with that. So, but definitely giving grace to our leaders and to our ancestors, you know, they did a lot and they weren't perfect. I mean, one of the things that I did the other day, a couple of years ago, was I did a timeline of my life. And when I did that timeline, I was able to see where there were impacts that happened to me that correlated with impacts that was also happening with my mom, with my father, like in their life. And so it allowed me to take a step back and say, oh my gosh, I so harshly judged them at that time and was carrying these burdens of what was going on, but I wasn't thinking about what their impact of what was going on in their own life. They had things that were heavily weighing on them and didn't allow them to be fully present the way they wanted to because they were going through their own transitions at that time. And so being able to think and understand about our ancestors and their own transitions and how those transitions impact us, and thinking about moving forward, like how does my transition impact my children? How are they going to be showing up when times when I'm stressed, when I'm burnt out, when I am not fully present and able to be there? How are my children seeing that? Are they seeing that as, oh, I'm a disconnected mom? Are they seeing that as, oh, I don't love them, or that I'm putting other things before them? Like, how are my children receiving how I'm being impacted in my life right now because of what I'm going through? And so how do we continue to pay that forward? So just think about that in our stories. Yep, I'm going deep, y'all, with this Imani today. We going real deep because it's the last day and it's New Year's, and I really want y'all to walk away like with a real again, being intentional, right? I'm in that intentionality space of how what you're walking away with. So what do I believe deeply enough to keep going? What do I believe deeply enough in to keep going? What is that? For me, it's that I know that I'm going to be caught up and I'm going to be utilizing my purpose to do what I need to do and to move things forward. What does that look like for you? How does that show up for you? So what Imani looks like in everyday life: faith in self, trusting your voice, your gifts and calling, even when you doubt yourself. And that is so many of us, because nobody's poured into us. Nobody said, oh, you're great at this. We shy away from it. We're like, oh no, I'm not going to do it. Oh, no one cares. And we've been watching all these Christmas movies and stuff that has been happening. And it's like, oh, you got this person who's an amazing cook, but nobody ever told them that they could do it, or nobody trusted that they had good ideas, or some guy, he's doing these designs and making them eco-friendly. And his brother was like, oh, not thinking about him or not caring about him. And then at the last minute, when they like down to their last penny, he looks at his brother's work and he's like, oh my gosh, we can make money off of this. It's like, yeah, I've been telling you all about that, you big dummy, but you didn't want to listen. So, don't wait for other people to pour into your beliefs. Find a circle of people who will pour into you. And I'm constantly telling my kids, if you are not in a circle of people who are going to pour into you properly, then you need to find a different circle. Because I am absolutely that. I'm like, oh, this circle don't serve me. I got to make some decisions about what that looks like. Faith in people, choosing hope over cynicism, seeing potential beyond mistakes. Again, that's that giving grace. Like, everyone is going to fail. Everyone is going to have an issue that they are not going to meet up to an expectation that you have. But are you going to throw them out with the bathwater because they didn't meet your expectation today? Tomorrow they might exceed your expectation tomorrow or next week or next year or in the next 5 years. But that doesn't mean that you discount them and you cancel them. Give them grace and come back the next day and see what it is. Now, I'm not saying be dumb neither. Okay. I'm not saying, get hit and then keep coming back. I'm saying give them grace and you set boundaries and standards. And if they don't meet up to those boundaries and standards, then maybe that's not the cycle you belong in. Find a new one. Faith and community, believing collective effort matters and will bear fruit. And I was sharing a little bit a couple of days ago, right? There was a situation where event had to be canceled for reasons beyond control. And instead of people like, hey, what can I do to help? How can I jump in? Like, what do you need? People are like, oh, this is what we get all the time. This Black events, this happened. And I'm like, pause. Just pause. Like, listen to yourself. You ready to start this crabs in the barrel mentality, but 2 days ago you was like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing in the world. Oh, we got to come together. We got to help each other. We got to stand on each other's backs and we got to push each other up. And then just 2 days later, we on because it didn't work right for you, because what your expectation was didn't get met. So we just cancel culture. That's not okay, y'all. Like, we got to stop doing that. That cancel culture crap is exactly that crap. It need to go down the gutter where it belongs and leave it there. And if me just having this conversation today has somebody to change just that one, not cancel culture, and give somebody grace, I'm all for it. So I'm just going to continue to harp on that. That cancel culture stuff is not for us. It's for the birds, literally. Let it fly away and keep going. So what we do together, going back to Umoja unity and going back to collective work and responsibility, what we do, how we do it, it affects others. And when we just can't say, oh, that's their business, or oh, that was them. We gotta internalize it too and say, hey, what can I do to help? And lastly, faith in the future, holding vision beyond present challenges. Like, I'm very big on creating vision boards. And like I shared, that's some of the things that we're going to be doing this year, is creating some vision boards and doing sessions. And like I said, on my vision board for this 2026 year is going to be writing this book. So I hope that you hold me to the fire and you keep me honest, and that this book is an impact to others and is able to help to grow them, just like I know just sharing my story with some people has been. So Imani is not blind optimism. It's earned trust. It means you got to put the work in. You can't just expect it to happen. People can't just have faith in you because of somebody else. They have to have faith in you because of how you made them feel. Built on history. So it doesn't happen overnight. We talked about that. People looking at people's story and feeling like, oh my gosh, oh, they're overnight sensation. No, boo, they've been working on this for years and months and days and in centuries. And it's been a part of their upbringing and their family. So it didn't just happen. It is part of their makeup and their purpose, but it didn't just happen. So looking for the history, how is someone's history, good or bad, and how were they changed if that is the case? Resilience. How do they deal with setbacks? Like, I learned that I'm very big and real good at being resilient. And not all the time is that good, right? Because it doesn't allow me to feel my feelings when things happen. And it doesn't allow me to feel other people's feelings sometimes. So that's one of the things I know. Again, I'm not perfect. I know that I need to work on. I know that I need to be more present with people when they in their feelings. Because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna get it out for that moment, and then I'm like, all right, back to business as usual. What we got to do. But that's not always the right way. And like I said, 2025 was a time where I had to understand not just my feelings, but those around me, the ones who I love the most, and be present for them in ways that I didn't know how, but God did. So leaning not on my own understanding, but on His. And then commitment and being able to commit to processes, being able to keep my word. If I said I'm going to do something, this is what I'm going to do. And saying it. I've too many times the roads start to get a little shaky and people ready to run. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe your season is over, and I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna hold grudges. And people are like, oh, you still talking to me? Yeah, why wouldn't I? Just because you're no longer a part of my organization don't mean that we still can't be friends outside. But people, they put things into their own mind about how their lack of commitment or they're not holding their own word or things like that. And again, that's where I give them grace and to give them opportunity to spread their wings and to cement themselves. And a lot of times, guess what? People come back. And people are like, I appreciate you for doing that because others don't and they didn't. And I'm like, I'm not like everybody else. That's my superpower that God has given me. And it's the space of understanding and grace. So I'm going to pause here. We're going to jump into a short video and then I'll come back and we'll talk about what Imani is not. See you in a little while.
Cultivating growth through fun. Hi there, this is Imani at Cedar Melanin. It's almost time for my favorite time of year, Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa celebrates unity and culture. For 7 days, we recognize a new principle. I'd love to share it with you. Let's get started. Kwanzaa is Imani, to have faith in ourselves and overcome our struggles. We cook and gather together for the feast of faith to celebrate. Lighting candles. Tonight we're lighting the green candle to represent Africa. That's the last principle of Kwanzaa. What's your favorite principle? Mine is Kujakalia. I love to sing and dance with my family. Thank you so much for celebrating with us. Do you want to have some fun? Check our Kwanzaa Run video on YouTube.
I love that little boy. Yes, everyone, welcome back. I hope you got something from that on day 7, Imani, faith. And faith is not just about what we think it is. Yes, faith is believing in a higher being other than ourselves. But also faith in each other, faith in the world that we live in, that there's oxygen around us, that we're breathing. It's about, faith is about believing in something that is not seen. That's what faith is. And sometimes believing in something that is not seen is giving somebody grace because it's like, oh, they did not show me that they deserve grace today. So just think about that. Faith is about believing in something that is not seen. So what Imani is not, it is not denial of hardship. So it does not mean that we are not going to have hard times. It does not mean that life is not going to be the best that it possibly can. It is not believing that you're not going to have loss, death, grief, financial hardship. It is not any of those things. It does mean, though, that you have to believe in something that is beyond yourself, that whatever that you can't see right now is actually going to get better. That fire, that death, that loss, the financial burdens, bills not being paid, your credit score being depreciated. I'm talking to myself too, y'all. All of that, that it is not long term, that it will not last that way always. And so not denial of hardship. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen, but it does mean that I'm going to learn from it, that I'm going to believe that greater days are here to come. And then I am going to work my best to make sure that I see those days, right? I'm not going to end my life early because I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel right now. Imani is not passivity or waiting it out. No. And a lot of people are confused, and I don't believe in that at all, y'all. I don't believe in that. I believe in action in work. So making sure, and that's the next one, not faith without works. So faith without being able to do it. And again, that collective work and responsibility, that's real, y'all. Like that's that. I believe that we can work together and not just saying, oh, unity, we got to be unified. Like I said, and that's that example a little while ago. We have events or things that are happening and people are canceling. It's like, and we also got to think about that too, because when somebody in another hue, when things happen in those spaces, we make up excuses for them. We're like, oh yeah, something probably happened, somebody probably did something wrong to them. But when it's us, it's like, oh, what did they do? Oh, they probably didn't pay their bills. Oh, they probably this, they probably that. And it's like, no, like why we have to get out of mentality of diminishing our own mindset about ourselves. Again, that Kujijak is self-determination, changing our mindsets about what we think about ourselves. We got to do better, y'all. Like we have to be better in that space. So we have to work with action. If we believe in something, we can't just say, oh yeah, I believe, and then don't do anything. I talked about me writing a book. I can't say, yeah, I believe I'm gonna have a book written, and then I'm gonna wake up one morning, it's mysteriously just gonna be present, and like, oh, here we go, there's a book. That's not how it works. I got to put work into it. I got to sit down. I got to write out the book, what it looks like, what's my goal, my end goal, what I want people to walk away from this book at the end. Then I got to go through and I outline what the chapters should look like. Then I got to start writing out each of the chapters. Then I got to get it edited. Then I got to send it to someone to review. Then I got to find a way to publish it. Then I got to promote it. Then I got to add like all of that, right? So me just saying, oh yeah, book is going to come out don't mean that I have work to do on my end. Like that, with every decision, there is something that is going to be, again, it's going to be reactions that's going to affect people around me, my family, my kids, my husband, like time away from them because I need to focus and get this done. Whatever date I put out on the ethos, I got to put the time in to make it happen so that I'm not disappointing myself for what I said that I would do. But again, giving myself grace, not being a perfectionist and saying, okay, like why do you think there's version 1, version 2, version 3, 5, 6 of books? Because they put something out and then they learn from it and they changed it, they updated it to put new information in, and that's what happens. And we can do that. Like that's okay. We don't have to have the perfect version of everything. And so this is my first time putting a book together. I've helped other people put books together. I've helped other people promote their books. I've helped other people do all of the things for books. But this is an opportunity for me to be able to operate in that space for them. So looking forward to that. So faith doesn't replace the work, it fuels it. It puts our energy into what we need to do. So we talked about the candle, the final green candle represents hope, growth, and tomorrow. Imani reminds us that after unity, voice, responsibility, economics, purpose, and creativity, belief holds it all together. So if it were not for belief, all of those things would not be together. So what belief keeps me standing when things get hard? Think about that. Like, what is the belief? I know for me, it is that I will see my maker and that I will be with him and that I won't have any worries ever again. Once I get to that space, like that's my belief. That's what I'm looking forward to. And I can't wait for those moments to be present. Right. So these are what I leave you in reflection again, as this New Year's. And we hope that you've gotten a chance to sit down. And if you haven't, I hope that you do. What's one thing that you still believe in no matter what? And what is that? So reflection. One thing I still believe in no matter what is blank. One thing I believe in no matter what is blank. And for me, that is Jesus is Lord and that he is coming back one day. And I am looking forward to that moment. Imani means we believe. We believe in the things that we cannot see, but we know that they are present. I believe that there's oxygen around me, but I can't see it, but I believe that it's present. So it believes and believe it. Imani means faith in what you can't see. And lastly, I want to invite you in as you are here present, and to give you this word of like, what do you plan on carrying into the new year? Like, what are your thoughts for the new year? Like I said, mine is impact, and continuing my core value of integrity. And for my business, it is Black joy, and experiencing Black joy and encouraging others to experience Black joy in all of the things that we do. What does that look like? Being carefree responsibly. Think about that. But not allowing ourselves to just be over inundated. So why Imani matters as we close. In a world that profits from doubt and division, which we are constantly in, especially in the Black community, where we're being challenged about our color, our hue, our ethnicity, our nationality, and especially even more now than ever. And we hope that you will come with us as we go December 27th or 8th. We're going to be doing a trip to Ghana this year in 2026, and we'll be returning after the new year. So we'll be bringing in the new year in a new country. And we hope that you'll join us in that experience. We have limited spaces, but we promise you that the experience will be well worth it. It is well worth every penny of time that we put into building that out. And my friend Nicole, who's been working for my board to put this together, like, we are just so excited. I can't wait to go to Ghana and do the naming ceremony and get my name to touch Mother Earth, where our ancestors were and were removed from, and to just be reconnected to my family who was there. I've done, ancestries and all that other stuff. So I know a couple of areas that they might be. So we might try to stop by. We'll see. But you never know what that experience could open up your eyes. And if you're not able to go, that's fine. We have youth that we are looking forward to being able to bring along with us. So sow a seed in them. Go to our JuneteenthNY.com website and donate for the year. Make it a continual donation. Again, it's about faith in action, right? What does action look like? What is contributing to your community? How is that making somebody else's day? My contribution, your contribution, your dollar, your $5, your $10, how it will help someone down the line. Imagine a student going and then coming back and creating whole organizations and building out whole new, using her creativity or his creativity to do something because of your $1. And that's what impact looks like. That's what contribution. That's what collective work and responsibility is. That's what Umoja unity. That's what cooperative economics. That's what Imani faith. Like, that's what all of that you believe that the money that you give to us is going to go in the places that it needs to go. Like, all of that is connected. Do you see how that's all connected, y'all? Okay. All right. We're closing out. All right. So in a world that profits from doubt and division, Imani is resistance. It is resistance. It is the change that we want to see. And what are we doing to make that change? It anchors our unity, it sharpens our purpose, and it keeps our creativity alive. So we have come too far and survived too much not to believe in ourselves as a community, as a family of faith believers, and as Black individuals. So we hope that you got a lot from this journey with us, where we talked about Umoja. It taught us how to belong. Kujichagulia taught us to define ourselves. Ujima taught us shared responsibility. Ujama taught us shared economics. Nia gives us direction and purpose. Kumba gives us expression, how we express ourselves. And Imani gives us endurance. So I believe in my people. I believe in our future. And I believe my life has purpose, and so does yours. So God bless you. Happy New Year's, everyone. And we wish you all a prosperous 2026. We'll see you next Thursday. Bye.
From the roots of tradition to the rise of reconnection, where history meets the heart of Africa. Celebrate freedom, culture, and homecoming. This isn't just a trip, it's a return. The motherland is calling. Will you answer?